Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. My dear brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, we are back with another lecture on the fiqh, purification of tahara, the tahara. We reached to the mubtilat al-mas' ala al-khuffayn. We spoke about khuffayn, that is the socks that is made with the skin, animal skins. And we spoke about the time and how the rules on it. Now we reach to the mubtilat al-mas' ala al-khuffayn, i.e. what are the things and the causes that makes the mas' ala al-khuffayn invalid, i.e. we cannot do mas' anymore. We are not allowed to do mas' anymore. What are the reasons? What invalids the mas' ala al-khuffayn? Just like there were things, mubtilat al-wudu, i.e. the things that if we do, our wudu is invalid anymore, that we cannot do any salat with it. Same thing. What are the things that if we do, then mas' ala al-khuffayn is forbidden and we cannot use it? We cannot do it. What are those things? It says, ويبطل المسح بثلاثة أشياء. Mas' ala al-khuffayn is invalid by three things. بخلعهما, i.e. taking them off. If you take off the khuffayn and you take it off, then it's invalid. You cannot use it again. Then how can you use it again? You have to do wudu again and put them on and then start again. If you take them off, then it's invalid. You cannot use it again. You cannot put it back on and say, I'm still using it. No. You have to start over again. وانقضاء المدة, i.e. if the time finished. If the time finished, then that's it. It's invalid. You cannot do it anymore. Even 1 second is not accepted. Not say one pry. 1 second. If the time finished, it's finished. You cannot use it again. It's invalid. وَمَا يُوجِبُ الْغُسْلَ. This is important. Whatever causes ghusl, shower. We said the shower, there are things to do with the male and female together. They're together, and some to do with the female only. Whatever causes the ghusl, then mas' ala al-khuffayn is invalid. I.e. because you're going to take it off. If you take it off, then it's invalid anyway. So if a person in the winter, he does something that he has to do ghusl, so he has to take off the khuffayn. And because of the ghusl, he has to take off the khuffayn. So when he does the ghusl and the khuffayn, there's two things in here. It became together. He caused him that he has to take them off and do the ghusl. That two things cost him what? That his mas' is invalid. He cannot do mas' anymore on this khuffayn, on the khuffayn. He cannot do anymore mas' on it. So if he does something that he needs to do ghusl, then the mas' ala al-khuffayn is invalid. Now we go to a new topic. We are going on a new topic, and that is وشرائط التيمم خمسة أشياء. What is tayammum? Tayammum is Islamic terminology and Islamic word. Just like as we can say the siwak is Islamic thing, is more Islamic is the tayammum. The siwak is something that in Arab days they used to use it, but there is no terminology. A khuffayn, same thing. The socks that is made from the skin of animal. The tayammum is that you use it when you cannot use the water. What you use beside of the water, other than water, is the tayammum is you use the sand, which we will come to how you do it, i.e. doing wudu without water. It says you can do tayammum based on 5 rules, then we can do the tayammum, i.e. 5 pillars. وجود العذر بسفر أو مرض, i.e. you have عذر, you have Islamic excuse that you cannot use the water, whether because you are ill or you're a traveler. Whether you are ill or you are a traveler, then because of that you can use tayammum and not use wudu. And what type of illnesses and all of that, inshallah, we will come to in the future in deep. وَدُخُولُ الْوَقْتِ الصَّلَاةِ. Another rule is that you cannot do tayammum just because there is no water, do tayammum. No. The salat has to be, the time of the salat has to enter, i.e. the adhan must given. If the adhan is not given, it's fine. This is not the matter of adhan. It's the matter of that the time of the salat has entered. You cannot do tayammum before the time. You cannot do the tayammum before the time. وَطَلَبُ الْمَاءِ. Another pillar is that you look for the water around. And also if you are in a city, you cannot do the tayammum. If there is, you cannot do the tayammum because in the city there is water. Tayammum is more for travelers. They're traveling. Tayammum is for those. So another pillar and the rule is that you must look for the water. You must look for the water. وَتَعَذُّرُ اسْتِعْمَالِهِ. Another rule is that there is water, but you cannot use it. It's impossible for you to use the water. If it is impossible for you to use the water, then you can do the tayammum. The impossible thing for using the water is that maybe is important to say in here, which we said we don't want to go into things too much, but it's important. I.e., for example, you have the water, but you're a traveler. You need the water for drinking. So, or is because your animal need the water. So in these occasions that you do the tayammum and don't use the water. وَالتُّرَابُ الطَّاهِرُ. Another thing is that you must have the sand to do tayammum. That's another pillar or another rule, and that is that you must have the sand. So those are the rules that makes us to be aware of when we are allowed to do tayammum. The rules and the pillars. You have excuse, the time must enter. When you have excuse, you're a traveler. Then, if you're a traveler, did the time enter? Yes, the time enter. Okay, if the time entered, did you look for the water? Yes, I looked for water. There is no water. Or there is water, but you have excuse, and that excuse is you cannot use it. You cannot use it. You have reasons for not using the water. Okay, then you don't use the water. What do you use? Then you use the sand. And what sand or what thing you use is the clean ones. You use the clean sand for using the tayammum. So those rules are important for us to make sure, be aware of them. Then وَالْفَرَائِضُ أَرْبَعَةُ أَشْيَاء وَفَرَائِضُهُ أَرْبَعَةُ أَشْيَاء. The duties of wudu, like we spoke about it before, and the duties of ghusl we spoke about it. Now we come the duties of the tayammum. The duty of the tayammum is that niyyah. The first thing is the niyyah, is the intention. You must have the intention. ومسح الوجهين وجه عفوا ومسح الوجه, wiping your face. Okay. واليدين إلى المرفقين, and also your hand from the beginning to the elbow. Okay, your hand to the elbow. والترتيب, and also in order. First you do your hand, your face. Sorry, first you do your face, and then your hand. First your face, and then your hand. Now we move to the sunan al-wudu. Sunan al-tayammum. Sorry, the sunan al-tayammum. The sunan al-tayammum also is three things. وَسُنَنُهُ ثَلَاثَةُ أَشْيَاء. التسمية, saying Bismillah. تقديم اليمنى على اليسرى. First you do the right side and then do the left side. Right before left. الموالاة قياسا على الوضوء. And muwalat is in order that you do things one after another, and you do not delay one after the other. You have to do all of them in order. You have to do all of them in order. So tayammum is easy. Tayammum, also darbatain, that's we have to know about it. The tayammum, the way of the tayammum is easy. So after we make sure of all of this that we said, that you cannot use the water, that you don't have the water, that the time is in, and all of that, we make sure there is the sand and it's clean sand. How we do it? You open your hand. You say one time you hit the ground. When you hit the ground, you can blow a little bit, and then wash your. Then you wipe your face with it. Your face all around the place of wudu, you wipe with it. When you wipe, again you do the second time. When you do the second time, you do your hand, and then the other hand. And this is the way that you do tayammum. And some scholars, they say it's enough one time. One time you hit, you blow, you wash with your fingers. You do your face, and with your hand, the middle of your hand, the flat side, the flat of your hand, you wipe your hand with it. You wipe your hand and your arm to the elbow, all of it, both side, the right and the left side. And this is the way of tayammum. And this is used for, like we said, for the traveler and for ill people, and also the others. They cannot use the water if they have Islamic excuses. Even the ill person, we will come to in the future which type of ill persons they can use tayammum and not use the water. Do tayammum and not use the water. This is the end of the lecture, today's lecture. Inshallah ta'ala, we will come back with another lecture. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد. Peace and blessing be upon all of you brothers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oh